I love that music.
Me too. We're going to say that every
It gives
time.
me all the smiles.
It is fun. It's an uplifting beat. Well, how are you today?
Yeah, I'm actually good now.
You
Food
look
really helps.
long earrings. Yeah. Look at your long earrings.
I love them. Love long earrings.
I love long earrings too. I have not worn earrings since we started in quarantines last March.
Oh no.
They're probably closed. My holes are probably closed.
Mine did. Mine
Did they?
closed up this one because I took them out after Charlie was born because baby yanking on earrings.
Oh yeah, no.
But that brief 3 months that we had that we were not completely locked down, I went and got them re-pierced.
So you couldn't just reopen them? Oh, yeah, I want that. I want a belly button. I don't know why, but I really want a belly button piercing.
I actually like how my tummy looks as long as something's sparkly in it.
I don't know if I'd like it or not, but so yes, I think I can reopen mine. I tried once over the last year, but it takes alcohol, rubbing alcohol to help it be open. So this has been a fun topic to open our writing sprint with. If you're just joining us, we have Easy Graphics and we have Elizabeth. We were talking about earring piercings and belly button piercings. That's our topic of the start.
That's pretty.
But I'm ready to write. Are you ready to write? We're going to do 3 20-minute writing sessions. We're going to chat in between. I interviewed author Caroline Lee last night, so I have some fun stuff to share there. Really fascinating to compare the last interview with Mary Farmer to this interview. So yeah, interesting insights into how different authors are. So I'll share that on the next time around. So what are you going to write today? And if you're in the chat, tell us what you're working on today. What's your goal today for being with us in the writing sprints?
I'm going to be working on Julia's story. I finally figured out how to fix the problem I've been having with it. So I don't know how that took me.
The problem of the point of views, or what was the problem that you were...
Do you know what? I finally decided that the problem was there was just too much time. Because I just randomly went, we'll do this in 6 weeks' time, and then this will take 14 days, where actually I don't have 14 days worth of stuff to write. But why? Why did it have to be 14 days? Because I'm just skipping time all over. I'm 2 days later, 3 days later, 5 days later.
Yeah.
Nothing happened. Just make it all shorter.
Yeah. Cool. Mind blown. Let's see. Elizabeth says, editing my cozy mystery. Ooh, I want to write cozy mysteries so bad. You know what I was thinking when I was younger? I read this series called Trixie Belden Mysteries when I was middle school. I'm thinking of looking them up and doing an adult Trixie grown up. I don't know, fan fiction. I guess the author probably wouldn't appreciate it if I did that, but maybe that author's not around anymore. I mean, that was years ago.
You got to check copyright.
Yeah,
I think exactly. In America, it's got to be before 1923.
Oh well, I'm not that old. but yeah, I mean,
you don't know.
No, I think they were probably written in the 70s. Okay. I think, but I loved those books. Read the whole entire mystery series, the entire thing that whole summer when I was 10. Loved it. So I might find them again. Maybe it'll inspire cozy mystery. Let's see. Working on another presentation video, which will form some parts of my next book. He is on fire. Good job, Easy Graphics. Hello to Elizabeth. They're saying hello, hello. I might hop off early. Yeah, be productive while you're here.
Someone else is having.
Oh my gosh. Like a modern Nancy Drew, right? So I'm pretty sure. I mean, I love them. And there was some kind of a thing with a neighbor boy. I don't know, I mean, they were young. They were teenagers, so I can't remember if they dated, but there was definitely a thing there. I can't remember the boy's name. Maybe Elizabeth will remember. But yes, oh, how funny. I have never run into anybody who knows Trixie Belden. I have to find those books now, Elizabeth. It's on my to-do list. It's moving up the list to the top of my to-do list, for sure. Oh, that is so funny. Okay, Elizabeth, I think, I don't know if we've met before, but now we have to stay in touch because of this Trixie Belden thing. She was edgier. Yeah, she was edgier than Nancy. Got into trouble. Jim. I think that was it. You're right. You're right. It was like your best friend's brother. Yes, that's fun. How cool. Oh, that is so funny. Thank you, thank you, thank you for bringing a smile to my face about that memory. I'm going to work today on the back matter story download for the back of That Was Then. I also still need to finish up a short story that will lead people into it. So, yeah. So that is what we're doing today. That's what I'm working on. So, sounds like we all have our work cut out for us. We are going to do our first 20-minute sprint. We'll be back on the flip side. We'll talk some more. We'll tell you about Caroline Lee, who I interviewed last night, best-selling historical romance author. Lots to say there. That was fun. And we'll be back. So let's write. All right. We'll see you guys on the flip side.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, Celinda's with us too. Hey, Celinda. Tell us what you're working on in the chat. We're about to go into our first 20 minutes. See you guys. Okay, we are back. And my mother is driving me crazy. Mom, this is my writing time. Leave me alone. Easy Graphics. Sorry to see you go, but glad you were here. And Morningstar is with us. Yay. Morningstar is also on the phone. And, can't tag people. Gotcha. Yeah, so much stuff going on. Good to see you all in the chat. I got 130 words. How about you, Allie? What'd you do?
Oh, wasn't I'm just changing, so I haven't got a word count.
Yeah.
But I've changed some bits.
Yeah, I had to read through and kind of see where I was and pick it back up. So next time around, definitely we'll get more. And then it's like my phone is lighting up to the right of me. I'm like, looking like my mom. So I had asked her to. I got the edits back for That Was Then, and she's retired and bored and stuff. So I thought, well, let me see if she'll go through and all the suggestions for a period or a comma or a quotation or misspelled a word. She could easily go through and do all those for me, so I wouldn't have to. And I told her, exactly what to do, how to do it. Click the check mark, and leave everything else. I'll look at the comments, anything highlighted in yellow, I'll do myself. And she's like pinging me a million things. Wait a minute, the version I read had this. I was like, yes, it's true, but I must not have sent you an updated copy to read or something. Just leave those alone. She's sending me screenshots. Where did this come from? Her dad was a Baptist minister? I don't remember that. Mom, I'm trying to write. Just do the stupid periods, okay? She drives me crazy. Anyway, I'm grateful and thankful for her help. So Elizabeth edited 14 pages. Awesome. Oh, well, hopefully my mom did too. She's editing with us, our sprints. How funny. Well, go ahead. Yeah, she's. Morningstar, let us know what you're working on today. And anyone else? Let's see, we had Linda, let us know what you're working on and how things are going, everybody. It's great. So last night, I was beginning to tell you before we got started, I interviewed Caroline Lee, who is a best-selling historical romance author. And it was fun. We had such a nice conversation, but it's so different because the last conversation with Mary Farmer, who is another best-selling historical romance, mostly writes Victorian now, but has done Western. She's so, I don't know if you had watched that interview or not, but she's
a lot of it.
Yeah, she's so organized, and she had you could tell, and I think she said she was a plotter for the most part, and and she had ducks in a row. All of that. And I would say Caroline Lee was complete opposite. It's a very chaotic conversation that I'm actually thinking, I don't know if I can post this as is. I might have to edit, either I'll say what the question was and then find the best thing she said about it and cut it in or something. I'm not quite sure yet how I'm going to do it, but it was phenomenal. And so she's
That would be fun.
Yeah. Editing's always fun. Just takes a little more time to put it out there. But she's definitely a pantser. What plantser? She's trying to turn into a plantser. 78 books later. she's been a pantser her whole time. Just goes with the idea, whatever comes to her. She knows enough of her plot points and her, her beats and stuff that she. I'm sure after 78 romance books, you kind of know. She writes with a lot of humor, a lot of wit, and she does 10. She says every one of her books is usually 10 chapters, and in that 10 chapters, she has her rhythm, her beats, her things that she knows she has to hit win. And interesting to talk to her about collaborations with other authors and she said she's been in quite a few and she's led quite a few. The biggest probably was River's End Ranch, which is 65 books big.
Wow.
Yeah, that one just kept going and going. They're really good Western contemporary romance. obviously it's a ranch, so there's a lot happening. I think they're in Idaho is where the ranch is, and her set of books within this big multi-author series are really good and well connected. And but she got to know a lot of these other authors, and of course they all helped each other with promotion and getting the word out. And she said that's the biggest thing about collaboration, is being able to build off of each other's customer base, and getting the word out and becoming better known and that kind of thing. She then started writing. She still does that. She does she has a couple more contemporary series, Western, coming out now, and I think a regular contemporary. She has moved into, she did do a little traditional. So she's completely self-published except for 4 or 5 books that went to a traditional indie publisher. And that was her first foray into Scottish romance. Okay. And so she has Scottish characters. And since then, though, because she built that customer base, she's continued to do Scotland, romance featuring Scotland hunky men, and her latest is called Hot for Scots, and I think she has maybe a dozen books out, maybe of that, and they're very, very Scottish. I don't know if you call it a brogue, Scottish, brogue coming out in the writing, and a lot of it, but a lot of joking around, like she said, it's a non-stop romp from the start to the finish, and there are like a lot of that's what she said jokes and penis jokes, stuff like that. But she has a lot of fun with those. So, and she said that she started out sweet, of course, as a romance writer, but as she's written, all these years, she's gone into steamy, definitely more steamy, but she still veers a little bit back and forth. And so it was just a really fascinating conversation. And then we got into like her family. She has a young family. She has kids from 9 years up to like preteen kind of years, I think. But they bought she's not a 7-figure author, but she makes plenty of money. They're able, we talked a bit about, it's not always about the money, but the fact that she can live the lifestyle she wants to because of her writing. Her husband was able to quit his job before COVID and worked for her. That was a whole conversation. I don't know, Allie, can you have your husband work for you? How would that go?
No.
Yeah. No. Me neither. Yeah.
That
would be a disaster.
If he got into graphic design or something, he could totally be my cover designer, but
yeah. She has him doing ads. He sets up a lot of her ads. He does like all the, like you say, little design work and technical aspects of her newsletter. At one point she said, he does my newsletter. I'm going, oh, you mean like twice a week or once a week when I get your newsletters? It's not from you. You're not writing to me. I get it from him. And she said, no, I still write those in text, but he takes them and does with them and stuff. But she said that was quite a journey to figure out how to work together. And so that was an interesting conversation. And there was one more thing. Oh, so they took off in the RV last year and they went, across the nation. She was able to write. She was able to do that and put out 23 books last year.
Wow, 23.
Because he was now full-time working for her. They wanted to replace his income. And she wrote from morning to night. Every day. I don't think they were out in the RV the whole time, but she wrote a lot. And then the year prior, I think she said like 14 or 15 books, or she's written prolifically.
Yeah.
The last couple of years.
That is very impressive.
But she says she's taking a little more time off this year, not writing as much. So it comes down to marketing a lot more and stuff, but she'll probably still put out 12 books.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's a fast writer. But when you think about it, her books are 10 chapters. And anywhere from like 30 to 40,000 words. So they're not like, it's not like she's putting out a 75,000 word book, so, and the time it takes me to write one of those, she's writing 2 and getting them out there, so it's kind of interesting. So that was really fun to talk to her. So, and next week, actually this time, exactly next week, you and I are interviewing Jeff Haskell, who is a sci-fi author. I'm so excited. Live, right here on this thing. It's going to be fun.
That's not terrifying at all.
No, it'll be fun. We've got to finish reading his book. So, yeah.
It's a good book.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the finishing of it. So yeah, it's been fun to do these. Really fun. I have a line on a couple more authors. Kat Sadler from our group. We're going to interview her. What's that?
I was going to say, have you got any more lined up?
Yeah, Kat Sadler from our group. We're going to interview her. She writes fantasy and she writes romance. She has a lot of, as you know, a lot of fantasy books out there and several romance. So I'm excited to interview her. I would love to. I don't know if your Debbie friend in fantasy would be interested.
I was going to say, I'm totally going to put you in touch with Debbie.
Would love to. That'd be fun.
I'm not sure I'm going to interview Debbie with you.
Why?
Well, I might put her off.
Oh.
Or something. I don't know. I'll see. I'll ask her if you'd like me to.
Yeah.
But that'd be awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, this has just been a fun little foray, and it's been nice to learn from these authors, and things like that. It's been very eye-opening. Okay, so we should go into our second 20 minutes, and when we come back, we'll see what you want to talk about today.
Okay.
So we'll hit our second 20 minutes. Hope you guys are still with us. Let us know what you're working on or how you're doing, and we'll see you on the other side. Bye.
Bye-bye.
And we are back. So, let's see. Jocelyn's back with us. Hi, Jocelyn. We have one more writing sprint in just a few minutes, the third writing sprint for 20 minutes. So Jocelyn, everybody else, if you're still here with us, you can write with us some more. And if you're in the chat, go ahead and tell us what you did this last 20 minutes. How about you, Allie? What'd you do?
I will tell you what I did. I wrote the words chapter 2 3 times in 3 different places, deleting and rewriting each time. Yes, I did.
So productive today. Oh my. Just because you couldn't decide where chapter 2 started, or that happens.
I'm really struggling with this chapters and scenes thing. Mm-hmm. Like, I automatically put a chapter break where you'd want to take a break from the book and go to sleep for the night, but that's not what you're supposed to do. No, you're supposed to have a hook so that someone cannot put your book down and go to sleep for the night.
Yeah. So how can you skip ahead and write a more exciting chapter that you've been looking forward to writing? Kind of get beyond where you are at the moment, just to give your brain a break?
I mean, I can. But I mean, I will in a minute, because I'm just going to give up on it. But I've really got to figure this out.
Yeah. Elizabeth said she edited a few pages and started scheduling social media.
See, that's productive.
As long as it's, I mean, you don't have to write as long as you're doing something productive to move your business or your authoring forward, I suppose. But writing is good. Writing's good. Or editing. But I think you'll figure it out. I'm sure you will. This story is too amazing for you to let go. It's just a challenge, a minor challenge you have to work through. I did one about 150. Again, just I'm coming to the close of the story, so there's not really much more to add in lengthy words. It's more just finagling it all around. So, yeah. So,
big word counts in at that point, isn't it?
Yeah. So what's going on with you and your writing or your editing this week? Anything? I know we've been bugging you all like crazy to read our beta read and help others out with some advice and take a look at the first few chapters. Allie, tell us what you think. It takes a lot of time to. I'm seeing that now, to read for others.
Yeah, it's because you've got to. It's not just reading for pleasure. You've got to kind of look at all the things and think about it. Really think about it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I enjoyed reading.
Feedback.
Yeah, I enjoyed reading yours. That's a good start. I'm looking forward to seeing where that story goes.
Yeah, I read Megan Lamb's dark romance, her Irish mob story. I actually really like it. I can't wait to see where she takes it. So that was kind of fun.
Awesome.
But it was pretty long. I thought she was just sending me a few chapters. It ended up being like, I don't know, 90 pages or something.
Wow.
But it was good. Yeah, maybe not 90 pages. I don't remember, but it was a lot.
Yeah.
No, but I like your idea this week of just, what did you say? Limited to 3,000 words or 3 chapters? I forget what you said. To do the MVP.
I went with 3,000 words because that's what Craig Martell was recommending in his book.
Mm-hmm.
One of the people that I sent it to recommended 3 chapters, said that's what a lot of queries use. That's not right though. I can't remember what he said now.
So did you get some good feedback, not just from us in the group, but from some other people? And how was it? What were people saying?
Yeah, I did. I got different feedback from everyone, which I guess means that none of it was so bad that everyone was like, well, this bit was terrible. Yeah,
we weren't consistent in telling you this one part. Let it go. Like everybody was across the board.
Yeah. So that either means there's nothing that's really terrible, or it means there's lots of things that are really terrible. Hard to decide on that one.
But all of them said keep going. They said it was a good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So one person said it was super interesting, definitely something that she'd pick up in a store, and she's left curious as to the rest of the story. so that was great. But she said the father was relayed as too cold to then be left as the caretaker of the daughter, which I don't know, because if you're in that situation, you don't really have much choice. And I didn't really feel
take
that
it he
had
was
to be spelled out.
Yeah, he was a stepfather, right? So
yeah.
And I thought you did a pretty good job securing, like how they relate. Like, he was there. He was obviously going to take care of it, but there wasn't any like great love for the little girl yet. Yeah. But how long have they been together? I don't.
So Julia and Kinta have been together for about 3 years. So
and how old is she? Oh, when she was pregnant. So really?
Yeah.
So he's been with her the whole time.
Yeah. So, and I mean, I thought I'd done all right with
explaining how he
used to be so loving, but it broke her heart watching him chill towards her as she got bigger and more strange things happened.
Because of magic. Gotcha.
Yeah. But then I also said later, it's necessary. Like he'd said, it's necessary. We'll manage without you, and like he'd look after her. So I don't know. But also, like, she didn't have much choice because there's nowhere else she can.
There weren't babysitters back then.
Exactly.
And, there probably were.
And she wouldn't trust anyone else with Liana, because if anyone else found out about her magic, then she'd be dead. So
yeah, because he knows.
Yeah.
Like, he knows she's got magic. Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could introduce, like, his sister comes over and because that would mean the magic was
Yeah. I've
changed neutral
bits of it.
person.
I've changed little bits of it, so hopefully he seems less cold and more just worried about her because he's scared that she'll be in danger.
Yeah. Protective.
So hopefully I fixed that. She said the forest to the cave scene seemed a bit rushed, so I'm going to look at that again. Or I have been looking at that again. That's one of the things I've been doing. One of the other people said, contradictory to that, said I introduce things at a good pace, so they're learning new things, but they're never overwhelmed.
Yeah.
They also said, why did she have to change forms to sleep? Why couldn't she just stay in crow form? And it's not clear why she started sobbing. So I have to
strengthen that a little bit.
Yeah. And they said a more powerful way to end it would have been to switch the last and the second last sentences, which I've done because that was a really good suggestion. What was the other? The other person suggested I start it in a completely different pace and start it where Julia left to go on the journey. But that was one of the things that I was working on last night when I thought, well, if I just take out that there's 6 weeks between this bit and this bit, it won't seem like such an odd place to have started. So hopefully that'll fix that problem.
I wonder if she could flash back to the berry picking, or I don't know. Maybe the berry picking becomes her dream, or something like that.
I've just taken out the gap between them, so she's just leaving the very next day now.
Yeah,
so hopefully
that's what I read. Yeah. So what kind of what's going to happen? Like, what do you see happening when they get to where they're going? And we had kind of talked about this, the 2 days. Was there something that happened in there that could develop their character a little bit more, or their epicness, or their journey of what they're going on for the reader a little bit more?
Yeah, I'm going to put the bit that I'd written and then deleted on Saturday, Sunday, whenever. I'm going to add some of that back in so that kind of fills out those.
Yeah. A little bit more of what's happening there.
Yeah.
Nice. It'd be funny if when she gets back, the little girl is now like 10 or something. The magic caused her to grow up, and I don't know. No, you don't like that idea.
I like toddlers. We've got to keep her as a toddler forever.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, you do picture a book where she's grown up and having her own dragon adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like how grown up though? Are you thinking like 18, 16?
20-ish.
20, yeah. So. Very cool. There's a lot to think about through the whole thing. Do you feel like you're following that short story outline like we had found in Sanderson's videos? Do you think you're trying to keep close to that kind of a...
I have no idea. I'll have to go back and rewatch it when I finish. Yeah. When I finish this,
I took notes. I'll send them to you.
yeah, send me them.
Because that's what I've been trying to look at. Okay, what can I do here? Yeah. How can I keep this moving along so that they're reaching the end goal, but having some struggle in the middle? Yeah.
Yeah. I think I said in the fantasy group, I've kind of done it backwards because she starts off strong and becomes weak in the middle. So actually, her route home is going to be more of a challenge, far more of a challenge than her route there was. So a lot of her struggles are going to come in the second half rather than the first.
So is it typical in fantasy where the character starts out pretty weak, and then through the epic adventure she gains more strength and more powers?
So I've gone back.
Well, maybe she doesn't necessarily. Maybe she gains even more power on the mother's journey as she's going through the forest. She somehow gains even more power she didn't know she had. Especially considering it's her daughter that she's trying to save.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Yes. The puzzle of trying to work out all the details of a story are so much fun. But easier. I'm glad you're getting so much feedback because that's critically important.
It's so helpful.
If any of you who are watching are in any critique groups or have people you share stories with, and just let us know how valuable that feedback has been, because we're getting into that now and we're finding it very valuable to have that feedback, especially at the beginning as we're trying to formulate our stories and such.
Yeah.
We should get into our final 20 minutes, final 20-minute sprint. That was fantastic to learn more about what's going on with your feedback. So if you're still with us, you want to do one more 20-minute writing sprint, we're going to head into that final sprint of the day. We're going to make a big push, Allie.
Yes.
We're going to make this one the best one.
I'm going to add like 1,000 words because I've already got them written.
There you go. All right. So we'll meet you guys in 20 minutes back here to finish up our writing for the day. Thanks for being here. Let's write.
Bye-bye.
Bye. And we're back. So, Allie, how'd you do? And everyone else, let us know. That was our final writing sprint. I got about 300. So that was better. Thank gosh.
I got nearly back to the middle.
Yeah. Do you feel better after that writing sprint?
I do. I feel like I'm getting somewhere, which I haven't felt for the last week or so.
Yeah. It's amazing how this like journey of writing something has its ups and downs, its own craziness to it. So anyway, fun. I really enjoy this. Go ahead.
I was going to say, some stuff's going to get easier with time because you'll have a better idea of how your stories go. And then some stuff will get harder because you'll just be like, oh, I can't write this again.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope it does. In this back matter, I'm writing some fun, like, I don't know, there's some stuff going around Valentine's Day on social medias that are like, 20 questions for couples, like, how did you meet? Who said I love you first? So I'm incorporating that as an interview as I had written scenes, like how they first met, who asked you out on a date. I had like 6 scenes. And so I wove in this little interview from me, like I'm interviewing them as a couple.
That sounds fantastic, Kristen.
Yeah, I think it was cute. But you know what's my fear? It's kind of what you just said, is that the next, I need to go into book 2, the next couple. And I have this fear because I feel like I had so much fun writing this couple that I'm like, I need to make the next one equally as fun sounding and reading and doing.
Try and make them really different so so you don't slip back into this couple's voices, because you've really liked this couple and it's going to be really easy.
That's my fear. That is my fear, Allie. It really is. But at the same time, I want to keep the flavor or the feel of the series, the lightheartedness, and I don't know. So it is going to be I'm going to have to really think about that next couple.
You'll get it. You'll do it.
I hope so. Thank you. Thank you for being my cheerleader. Anyway, Greg says, did some brainstorming for my 3rd chapter. No words, but that's okay. Brainstorming's good. That's what Allie had to do. We all had to brainstorm. Got some good editing done and more social media scheduling. Oh, Elizabeth. See, now we're going to need your social media so we can check out what you're doing. So we can become social media experts through our friends here. That's great. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this has been good. And we will get back together Saturday at 10 a.m. for another writing sesh, 20 minutes, and lots of chat and fun in between. If anyone else is with us, hello and goodbye. Thank you for joining us. This was fun. Hopefully you guys join us again on Saturday. Keep writing, Allie.
You too.
All right. We'll see you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.